Heidi ho, friends. Okay, these are Recollections accordion butterfly embellishments that you can get at Michael's. They come in a package. I think they come in a package of 8. And I used these recently on my live stream that I made a pocket letter. And I sprinkled it and put glitter on it because Josie wanted me to put something with glitter in my pocket letter. She kind of challenged me, so I put glitter on one of these guys and stuck it on my pocket letter. And so I got to looking at these because somebody had asked me if I made this butterfly, and I said no, it was gifted to me. But then I got to looking at it and I was thinking I could make this. And so I did. So I took this guy apart. I took it apart and I made a template. Let me go back out. I made a template. This is my template. I did put them back together so that I could use them, but this is my template. I will scan this and put the link down below so that you can download this and use this template. Now you could enlarge this very easily by enlarging it on your printer and making bigger ones. So you can enlarge it to any size that you want and make bigger ones. But this is the original size and you can download it for free down below in the description box, okay? So that's all this is. So you don't have to buy this butterfly and take it apart. I've already done it for you. Now this is some homemade paper. I can't remember if this was jelly and stamps. I don't remember, but this was the full sheet. I downsized it into ATC or pocket letter size. ATC is artist trading cards, 2.5 by 3.5, same as a pocket letter insert. And then I cut these out and mount them. They're a little bit smaller than 2.5 by 3.5, so I just basically mount them on the actual 2.5 by 3.5 cards and use this as backgrounds on artist trading cards or pocket letters. And this was just an extra one that I had. So what I'm going to do, this is going to fit perfectly on here. And I am going to make some butterflies out of this paper. Now I did make 2, and this is regular crafting or scrapbooking paper. This is thin paper. Now this is more of a cardstock, so it's thicker. So the shape is a little bit better. This is thinner wire than I had, and this is a black wire. All I had was this thicker floral wire. It's not thick by any means, but I got this at the Dollar Tree, and it's floral wire, and it's 26 gauge, and this is what I use for the body and the antennas. Okay, I might have some green. I do have it, it's just I didn't look for it. I'm looking in this box here. I do have some and I can probably find it, but anyways, you're going to need some thin wire. I use silver. The silver looks fine. You could probably paint it, I don't know. Let me look in my drawer here. Usually I put all of my wire in my drawer here. It's time for me to do another clean and organize. I like to do that every couple of months because as I bring new things in, I just like to go through all my tiny spaces and get things reorganized. And wire is one of those things that I don't use every day. But you know what? I'll be back because I think I may have some colored wire. So hold on. Okay, yay! I'm glad I looked because the little bit of stuff that I did find at my mom's house, she did have this wire. So this is a pink, and it does feel thinner. I don't know my gauge wires very well. But she had this pink, this light green, a dark green, and a gold. So on these ones, I think I'm going to use that. On these ones, I just used the silver, and they're still very cute. Okay, you can't, I mean, they look good, right? This is the Recollections. This is mine. The first one I did actually came out a little bit better. So you have to be more careful if you're using just regular paper. It like has hardly any weight to it whatsoever, because it will rip when you're trying to fluff it out a bit. So you do have to be careful. But look, I mean, they are a little bit time consuming. But what's nice about making your own is you can make them your own. Okay, so what I did, let me get you in screen here. I don't want to work really far from my body. I have a pencil around this joint someplace. Of course, I don't know where my favorite pencil is. Here, I need to sharpen this one. Okay. I like the mechanical pencils, and I have it out here somewhere, I just don't know. Oh, there it is. I was spraying some of my new mists to test out the colors, and so my desk is all full. So I'm going to do it on the front side of the sheet just because these are in squares, and I want to make sure that I get... Oops, and I moved it a little, which isn't detrimental. I mean, honestly, it's going to be all accordion folded up, so... But since it's on the front and I need to see where I'm going to cut, I do need my line to be somewhat visible. And I'm going to cut this square. So yeah, if you ever get something that you really like these butterflies, and you want to learn how to make it, just take it apart. Make yourself a template, put it back together, and then go for it. If you want to know how something is made, just take it apart. I do that with all kinds of things. If I think that, you know, it's going to be an easy make, then I go for it. If it's something that I don't think is going to be worth my time, or it looks a little bit difficult, then I don't do it. But this butterfly looked easy enough. It was easy enough to make a template for it, so I went for it, and I really like the results. Sorry, I'm just cutting. I'm sorry, I should have looked up. I'm not used to zooming myself in just for that reason, because I can't ever seem to stay in frame. Okay, so there's my little, kind of looks like a bodice. Okay, so one thing I have learned is I need to get a smaller scoring board. Don't need this huge scoring board. The thing that gets me with the scoring board, why I never pull it out, is because it's so big. But I think they make smaller ones, and I think I need a smaller one. So I'm going to butt this up and make... I don't want a small fold on either direction, you know, like a half. So I'm going to line it up as best that I can. Let me go back in so you can see what I'm talking about. So see, I'm like in between. If I put it all the way up over here, then when I score my first line, it's going to be like totally tiny over here. I'm going to have this little edge, and that's going to be really difficult to fold. So I'm going to get it to where I'm even on both sides. Here and here, okay? And I want it to be as straight. Now obviously this isn't completely straight, but I want to get it as straight as I can. Just makes folding easier. So I'm going to start on this one, and I'm going to skip every other mark on here. It makes it easier to fold. So I'm going to skip that one and score on that one. Skip, score. So you're doing every score mark. Skip, score. I'm going to skip, score, skip. Oops, that happens to me a lot. Score. Hold it in place firmly. Am I still? Yeah. Skip, score. Skip, score. Skip, score. Skip, score. Skip, and there's no more to score. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to line those score marks up. Let me get it back into frame so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to line them up, make sure they're lined up on the top and the bottom, because if you don't get them lined up top and bottom, it's going to be hard to fold. And your score marks are going to be all uneven. So now I'm going to go in between the ones I've already scored and scored again. I'm holding it firmly so that I don't move it. If you do move it, it's not tragic. You can fix it just like I did. Score on the spaces that I skipped. This makes it easier when you need to accordion fold it. And you're going to have a little in there, okay? Let me show you the back, you can see it better. So that's what it looks like. It looks corrugated now. Now this is probably the most difficult part, is to accordion fold this. You can see your lines better on the unprinted side of the paper. And you're going to start at one end. The first fold is the hardest because it's the skinniest part. If you need to use a ruler, let me put this big guy down. You can, but now you're just going to accordion fold these. Use your nail if you need to. They are tiny little spots. Tiny little accordion folds. And then if you do the bigger, if you decide to blow them up and do bigger butterflies, I'm sure you can space out your score lines a little bit better. Now this is the first cardstock that I've done, and I don't know if it's going to be more challenging or easier to do it on the cardstock. Or the same. So you just want to accordion fold it all the way along. Kind of press them as you go. I'm sure you can, you know, as you do it, you get better, but this is only my third butterfly, so I'm sure, you know, just like anything else, it gets faster the more you make. But these are pretty tedious little folds. This is the kind of thing that kind of causes me a little bit of anxiety, so deep breaths, deep breaths. It's not easy, and I don't know, you know, if you want to do your score lines further apart to make this easier, or if you've got another technique for this. If so, give me suggestions. I'm game. You know, if there's an easier way. The results are great, so in the end, it's worth it. But if there is an easier method to get the accordion fold, I wish there was a machine. I have to say the cardstock does seem to be a bit more challenging than the thinner paper was. I thought maybe the cardstock might be a little bit easier, but it does seem to be a little bit more challenging. So I don't know if running the ruler will help. The thing is, I have so much determination that it will happen. Come a little butterfly. Let me know if you guys have made these. And if you have, yeah, the thinner paper was definitely easier. The cardstock is just, you know, if the folds weren't so teensy, so I actually might try to do a bigger one, you know, enlarge my template. So that I can make my score marks further apart. Instead of accordioning those right away, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fold each of these. Instead of trying to make it accordion, holding that shape, I'm just going to go through and fold these first. Should have thought about that first. How silly of me. Learn from my mistakes, people. My toes are all curled. I'm like all tense. Fold. There you go. Remember, the ends is what's so hard to get. Okay, now we should be able to get it. Maybe. You guys are probably thinking, did she even practice this? I did. I just didn't practice with cardstock. Did I miss that one? I don't mind struggling on video. That's not it. I really don't, because I like you guys to see me struggle, so that when you're so that you can see that it's not easy, so that you don't get frustrated when you go to do it. You're like, oh, she made it look so easy. Well, no, not everything is easy. But you know, it does get easier the more you do. I can tell you that. It's giving me troubles right in the middle of its body. There we go. And then I think everything else is going to be off folded because it all got folded the wrong way. Okay. Fight me all you want. I'm going to win. I'm going to win this battle. I am going to win this battle. So you might want to start off with just regular weight paper and do a few that way. Even on a couple of those, I got frustrated and said, ah, phooey, and threw them aside. But I think the key is maybe to make the template, even if you just go a little bit bigger until you get good at it, and then I think that these will go together better. Oh my goodness, okay, let's fold it up to this point. No, 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 no. Perseverance, perseverance. Is it worth it? Yes, yes. It's worth it. Just squish it together. You are going together, you bug. You are, I don't care. You are going together. I will squash you. I will simply squash you. I don't care. Squish you. There. That's just funky right there. I will continue to squash you. Okay. I'm squashing it. I'm just gonna squash it. I think I'm gonna give it some pink. I like pink. Did you know I like pink? Wire cutter. Cut. These aren't the best wire. Oh, I cut it. Yay. Okay. Dang it. I don't want to let go of it. Okay, that's my friend. I'll call her back because I don't want to let go of this bug. Do, 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 do. I need to change my ringer. That's getting annoying. Okay, I'm going to have to let go. Oh, I don't want to let go. Do I have something? Oh, I do. Look, I have a rubber band that I use in the girls' hair. I'm going to wrap this around a couple times. Okay, that will hold that. Okay, here I am. I have this pink wire. It kind of goes to the background here. Let's do this. Is that, yeah, that's better. Okay, so I just folded it in half and I have my loop down here, right? So I have a little loop. I'm going to take my pliers, I'm going to grab the tip of my loop and I'm just going to twist it. I'm going to give it a couple of little twists. I don't want to break my wire. Okay, so now it has a little twist on there. Can you see that? have the little twist. Okay, so now we're going to take it, and one wire needs to be on top of the other like this. Okay, so I'm going to take my butterfly and I'm going to take it off. Now the wider part of the wings needs to be on the top here. The wider part, bottom part, because you want your antennas to be at the wider part of the wing. And you're going to get it in the center. Okay, and then you need to twist it. Now you don't want it really super tight. Okay, just give it a couple of twists there so that it holds the paper in. And now you want to grab your paper and you want to kind of pinch it into a V where the wire is. Just kind of grab it and pinch it into a V so that those wings perk up. And then the same at the bottom here. You want to grab them and pinch them into a V. Okay? And there you go. So you just grab the paper, pinch it. No, you pinch it into a V, and then you can spread your wings out. Okay, now for my antennas, I used my bead tool. This is my bead tool. This is my smallest bead tool. It has this little notch in it. You could probably use your whatever you have, pliers, whatever you have that's round. And what I did is I stuck it into the slit where you put the paper, and I took it and I just curled my wire to make the antenna, and then I stuck it in the other side, and I curled it to make the other side of my antenna. Oh, it's so cute. See, I told you it would be worth it. And it'll get easier. I know that it will. In everything I make, it always gets easier the more I make. I know that looked like I was really fumbling. Okay, because I was. But look how cute. Oh, it's so cute. I love it with my paper. Okay, so there's mine. And there's the original. Look it! Yay! It's Beautimush! You can't even tell the difference, except for I like mine better. No, they're both cute. Mine looks a little bigger. No, they're about the same. My antennas are longer. Maybe that's why it looks bigger. But there you go, you guys. Try to make some. Let me know how yours come out. The accordion part is the hardest, but if you guys can come up with an easier way, let me know, okay? Because I'm game. Like I said, I think the more you make,
the more you do,
the more you make, the easier I think it'll get. But there, look, aren't they adore? I think they are. I think I'm going to keep making them. I think I'm going to make some bigger ones. And if you use double-sided paper, yep, I think that that would be totally cool. All right. So give it a try. Don't forget, I will put the template link down below. So I hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And
God bless.
God bless. Bye-bye.